I will just throw my questions and expect you to respond. See, if you respond, if you take a stand, you will understand. If you don't take a stand, the learning will suffer, whole class will suffer. So please answer. And in answering, I am sure there will be people from diverse background, और यहाँ पे ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि hierarchical level में भी लोग हों, boss and subordinate. Do not be afraid of that. Even the bosses should not feel that what I will be answering will be wrong. Just 2 weeks back I was in Canara Bank, and from level 8 to level 4 participants were sitting there, and 3 days the program went and they obliged me by answering. Even the director was not able to answer in front of his. Please do not have that. इसका एक value है. There is a value in this. When you give so faculty, somebody will longer duration. Those two who did not respond to your namaste, you went for an interview. The interview went on for 30 minutes. You were asked 30 questions, maybe 50 questions. 2 questions you could not answer. Which question 5 years down you will remember? These two. That is how the brain functions. इसको बहुत अच्छे से समझना है. And I try to make it very clear in the beginning itself so that you are encouraged to answer even wrong things, wrong answers. Because the learning set, the stroke theory, there is something आप लिख सकते हैं. You can write down the stroke theory. Later on you can Google search what is the stroke theory in psychology. The stroke theory says that when a cycle is complete, it goes to my short-term memory. I forget the completed cycle. But if a cycle is incomplete or irregular, it goes to my long-term memory. Because there is work to do. Still I have to do something about it. So therefore it goes to my long-term memory. The moment I give a wrong answer, it takes me to saved in a long-term memory. ठीक है ना? RAM में जाता है, ROM में नहीं जाता है. So it will help you. Okay? So with these 4 things, mobile, switched off or vibration. If there is a call, go outside, come, receive your call and please come back. Go means not go and go out of the campus. Go, receive your call, come back. Okay? Third is, when you have a question, do not keep it to you thinking that it may be a very, ordinary thing. There nothing is ordinary, everything is important here. And last is, when I ask you a question, please answer. ठीक है? Then we will start. I'm very sorry सिंह साहब, आप बता रहे थे, आपने बताया कि आप चीफ मैनेजर हैं CCL में, right sir? And you are into vigilance. I hope you are into vigilance. Departmental proceeding, friends, is when you are not taking the matter beyond your department. When you are not going to National Commission for Scheduled Caste, not referring the matter outside the department or to police or to CBI, ED. There is a mishap, there is a misconduct. Decide to file a police. There is something happens to a child, you can go to a juvenile justice board, file a complaint. But when you decide to deal it within the department, it is called departmental proceedings. Okay? Within departmental proceedings, you can have vigilance proceedings, you can have disciplinary proceedings. This disciplinary proceedings covers everything which is away from vigilance. And what is vigilance? Where there is a vigilance angle. Okay? हम बाद में इसके ऊपर आएंगे. Vigilance angle has not been defined. Because if I say defined, that means it will cover everything. But it has been attempted, to give you some context what is vigilance angle at para 1.4 of the first chapter of the Vigilance Manual of 2021 edition. Okay? Chapter 1, para 1.4, vigilance angle define किया है. In fact, आपके companies के rule में भी, I in fact coming to this place, I read only the Coal India rules, thinking that it is a program for Coal India, but now I see people from NLC, people from BCCL, people from CCL, सभी जगह से लोग आए हैं. तो अपने रूल में चेक कीजिएगा, वहां पे विजिलेंस वर्ड नहीं है, विजिलेंस ऑफिसर वर्ड भी नहीं है रूल में. बट एट वन प्लेस दे आर डिस्कसिंग व्हाट विल कॉन्स्टिट्यूट विजिलेंस एंगल. ओके, वो हम बाद में डिस्कस करेंगे. राइट? ओके. सो bribery, attempt to gain unlawfully, submitting fraudulent claim, even attempt to gain unlawfully. Not only gaining unlawfully, but attempting to gain unlawfully also is vigilance angle. Sometimes something which appears to be very innocuous, unauthorized absence, may not appear to be a vigilance matter, but if unauthorized absence is because of avoiding certain statutory duty or something, it may turn out to be a vigilance case also. Okay, then having disproportionate assets. These are some of the issues which are vigilance angle. And in the Vigilance Manual chapter 1, it is mentioned what will per se constitute vigilance angle and what may amount to vigilance. So a case of sexual harassment can also become a vigilance case. If a professor is harassing a research scholar who is doing PhD under her, and it is not only sexual harassment, but by that way he is doing something which is unethical against the written norms of the department, it can also call for vigilance proceeding. So departmental proceeding में vigilance and discipline दोनों आएगा. Late coming, unauthorized absence, not submitting work in time, not submitting work with the proper quality, appropriate quality and expected quality, okay, insubordination, misbehavior, ये सब के सब जो हैं जिसमें vigilance angle नहीं है, they will be called disciplinary. Sir, गौरव जी, आप गौरव कुमार सिटी बोले कम्युनिटी
even sir, my posted at Vigilance Department CCA and I am working managing there.
अच्छा
Sir, so first one manager finance. Only we are joining 2011. Management demand recently 6 to 7
कभी आपने इन्वेस्टिगेशन करने का मौका मिला? प्रिलिमिनरी इन्वेस्टिगेशन, चार्जशीट को फ्रेम करने में हेल्प किया? So you are the one who is most important, one of the most important participant for me. Sir,
अजय भरतिया
जी,
मैनेजर फिनांस सीएमपी के विजिलेंस इसलिए सर अटैच में कि अभी एक पीआईबी प्रोग्राम चल रहा है, तो उसका मुझे नोडल ऑफिसर बनाया गया.
अच्छा, उसका नोडल ऑफिसर है. कंप्लेंट रिसीव भी कर रहे हैं? नहीं. सर जी,
I'm Sushil Singh, working in the Vigilance Department for past 2 years. And basically I'm a manager, but I'm a bachelor in engineering. And Sanjay Mahato, Chief Manager Finance, and Mahato
Mahanadi. I'm so happy. Mahanadi is the first company, friends, जिसने अपने ट्रकों में GPS लगाया था. ठीक है? There after भी कोई ऐसा माइनिंग कंपनी नहीं है, कोरियर ही कोई नहीं है, या जो क्या बोलते हैं इसमें, जो क्या बोलते हैं क्वारिंग वाला नहीं है, जहाँ पे गाड़ियों में GPS नहीं, but he was the first. Some of the monumental work has been done in vigilance matter from this part of the country. I am telling you. Eastern part of the country have done something which the entire country is following. You know, आपके CBO थे Coal India के मिस्टर नहीं, सारंगी साहब, lot of important work he has done for the quality.
I'm Ravi Kumar, working in Vigilance Division, NLC.
So you are also. How many of you have come from? Four. So आपका बोर्ड नहीं बन पाया?
Board member, not registered at
So थोड़ा सा समझते हैं हिंदी आप? थोड़ा सा.
Yes sir.
Myself Jyotirendra Das, I'm a mechanical engineer. From last 1 year I am into Vigilance Department. NLC.
Myself, so yes, I am from Anand. And I'm basically managing a manager. Since last 1 year, I'm working in the finance.
So shall I say everybody is sitting here in business? Everybody is working here in business? No, it's not. Otherwise I would have deleted this question from the paper because yes. You did something, some investigation, ma'am?
I am Prashant Singh, sir. I am management trainee civil. I have done my BTech in civil engineering. Sir, currently I am not dealing with business.
Not dealing with business. So, why do you think this training will be helpful for you?
Sir, actually I am from civil department, sir. It may seem that it needs a lot of vigilance cases. So that's why I asked my name was
But you are not interested.
no, sir, I am
It may not, sorry, attributable to the service. He may have acquired disability while he is playing something or has gone for LTC doing scuba diving. Okay, so while he was still working, he had disability, and with the disability he is no longer fit to be working in the same post. There is a protection. So either he has to be shifted to another suitable post suitable for his disability at the same pay scale, same benefits, or a supernumerary post is required to be created till such a post becomes available or he attains the age of superannuation. So you can understand it is such a huge protection that if a person, I know one person by the name Devidas Sirsode from All India Radio who acquired disability. He was driver, staff car driver from Agra to Delhi. He came to drop his boss to Delhi airport. While going back, he met with an accident. Both his legs had to be chopped off. He was an amputee. Okay, and so he acquired disability during service. He was also retired and given pension. But because of this act, he was taken back as a junior reception officer in the same pay scale of that of a staff car driver. When Jayakumar came to know about it and Jayakumar filed a complaint, I was working with the chief commissioner that time as a desk officer. The matter, in fact, the case came before I joined there, but the case was decided when I was working there as desk officer in 2006. And I mean, it was so good to see NLC. Not only they appointed him back to the same post, they created another office at the ground floor near the parking lot so that he doesn't have to travel much. Okay, a new quota cabin type some system was made. They gave him salary area, can you imagine? To the tune of 8 lakhs rupees. 8 lakhs. 6 पे कमीशन से पहले की बात. 8 lakh बहुत बड़ा अमाउंट. 8 लाख रुपए का कंपनसेशन देके 2 promotion which he would have earned had he been working all through. वो promotion दे करके उसको लाए जय कुमार. You check these facts in NLC, you will get to know. This is another issue that person still keeps complaining against NLC. But that was so much. I mean, it felt so good that there is a company who will stand behind it. So hats off. बहुत ही बढ़िया. बाला सुब्रमण्यम जी.
अच्छा chief manager अच्छा last 1.5 year I am working in the department.
मेरे 2 फेवरेट्स बैठे हैं, स्वामी विवेकानंद और एसपी बाला सुब्रमण्यम. SEC. How many months back? Only 1 month back. This is your first training on this? Investigation करा कोई? Any investigation you did?
Investigation कर रहा हूँ तो उसका मतलब EIR करते हैं कि आज सबमिट किया proceedings में EIR वगैरह बहुत myself Devadas Sahu, senior manager ELM, including district vigilance for the last 6 months. departments. And I will
How many months? और डराते होंगे लोगों को नहीं तो बिजनेस में सबसे जो कोर सेक्टर्स हैं जहाँ पे सबसे ज़्यादा चांसेस है गलत होने का, वो कौन से इलाके हैं एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन के? विच आर द एरिया जहाँ पे एक तो आप समझ ही गए जब ये सवाल मैंने अभी पूछा है तो परचेज प्रोक्योरमेंट और नेक्स्ट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स वो भी प्रोक्योरमेंट ये पर्सनल रिक्वायरमेंट वेरी नाइस जी जी महापात्रा सर ने पर्सनल आप कुछ कर रहे थे टेक्निकल से थोड़ा एक्सप्लेन करिए और प्लीज एक्सप्लेन
प्लानिंग से पर्टिकुलर डिपार्टमेंट में ये टेक्निकल से होता है सर जो डिपार्टमेंट से रिलेटेड जो परचेज डॉक्यूमेंट है
हाउ डू यू थिंक इट इज प्रोन टू करप्शन?
क्योंकि इंटर डिपार्टमेंट में जो जितना पेपर होता है उसी के सर
ओके ओके
सो वो सेंसिटिव जोन में आता है
सो यस यस नहीं वो तो है सो प्रोक्योरमेंट पर्सनल एंड
Execution of contract.
सर एग्जीक्यूशन ऑफ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट प्रोक्योरमेंट के अंदर ही मानता हूं मैं उसको और
Second, construction and
कंस्ट्रक्शन हाँ
लोडिंग है ये
टाउनशिप डिसम्बर का टाउनशिप है तो उसमें जनरली जब आप किसी को लीज देते हैं लैंड या शॉप तो वहाँ पर भी डिस्कस
थैंक यू यस मैम
Sir, finance disbursement of funds.
यस
वे ब्रिज
Sales and marriage.
वे ब्रिज वेटनेस
पेज हाँ
वे ब्रिज
ब्रिज
हाँ
वो construction contract procurement not only of goods but also of services so contract के अंदर वो सब चीजें आ गई but एक दो चीज which we generally tend to forget बताओ सबसे important हाँ हाँ सबसे पहली बात ये है and one of the CBI cases happened in Ranchi only that is disposal procurement पे पूरा फोकस सबका IFA का भी बिजनेस ऑफिसर्स का भी disposal you know Ranchi University I happened to get my BSc degree after 4-5 years you know why because CBI had a raid CBI had seized many documents from Ranchi University why because Ranchi University was trying to discard some embezzled cars and buy new Maruti esteem car those days esteem used to be kept in very high esteem so they wanted to buy Maruti esteem cars this I am talking of middle of 90s you know 94 95 के आसपास 93 94 के आसपास they wanted to buy 2 cars for their vice chancellor and I think examination controller or the registrar they wanted to buy 2 cars but the proposal was lying with Bhutta Singh for a very long time who was Bhutta Singh governor of Bihar Jharkhand was yet to be formed the governor of Bihar who happens to be the chancellor of the university so he was not giving his go ahead those days it was so difficult even to buy a car and so therefore one bright idea germinated in the bright mind of the academician one of the academician और उन्होंने कहा कि जो पुराने टेबुलेशन सेंटर में इतने सारे आंसर शीट्स पड़े हैं 30 साल 40 साल पुराने उसको बेच क्यों नहीं देते देखते हैं कुछ पैसा निकल के आएगा and they sold more than 10-year-old answer sheets kept in the tabulation centers and they could buy 4 cars not 2 4 Maruti esteem one gifted to the governor one for the examination controller one from this for the registrar one for the vice chancellor and then came the question what used to happen before that where the answer sheets were going before the when this was and that is how the whole thing cropped up so anyway ऐसे होता है ना disposal and regulation मुझे क्यों याद आया when सिन्हा सर said कि मैं परचेज में हूँ विजिलेंस डिपार्टमेंट when you are working in vigilance when you are working in HR you are also regulating और आप में से कोई आंसर दे रहे थे कि सारे टेक्निकल चीजें हमारे थ्रू जाती हैं then you are actually in a role of a regulator so whosoever does the role of a regulator or implementer हाँ, so traffic police is more likely to be, हाँ, क्योंकि उसको implement करना, उसको regulate करना है ट्रैफिक को. So जहाँ पे चालान 500 का बनना है, वहाँ 50 लेकर के छोड़ भी सकता है. Which is more, we have to be. Regulator का job परचेज में, HR की जब मैं बात करता हूँ, नॉट ओनली रिक्रूटमेंट, ऑल्सो प्रमोशन, ट्रांसफर, पोस्टिंग, सभी चीज. दीज आर प्रोन टू करप्शन. ओके, थैंक यू सर.
Service must also from steel authority. I'm working in business accounting from last 3 years.
अरे आप स्टील अथॉरिटी से यहाँ पे अभी रिसेंट में कोई सचिदानंद सिंह आए हैं?
Yes, sir.
कितने दिन पहले?
Sir, hardly 1 month.
फ्रेंड ऑफ माइन फ्रॉम दिल्ली अभी अभी आया है.
Yes, sir. Promoted to GM.
Sir,
बैठ.
Pankaj Commissioner from Nikon, Department CCS, Consultancy Contract and Engineering Services. So, Commercial Department maybe I have joined. That 4.5 years I was in business.
अभी छोड़ दिया आपने.
I have an opportunity to train under you in EB3 batch.
अच्छा.
2019, sir, when you are, I think,
EB3 used to be of 1 week or 2 weeks?
2 weeks. Sir.
2 weeks.
Then
And IICM.
yes, sir. When I got you then for
Thank you very much.
Good morning everybody. Sir, my name is Sumit Kumar. I am just joined business 2 months before. Before that, I was in materials management department. I still a fresher India Limited, and I am by qualification and I am
Manager, Civil Quality Plant. Currently, I am working in business department. For last 2 months, before that, I am working in the same business of quality plant as an engineer.
Thank you so much. Thanks. And now quickly we'll get on to the work. And please, why not? So, friends, ethics and value. सबसे पहले बताइए, what do you think is the difference between these two terms? Ethics and values. कौन ज़्यादा static है, कौन ज़्यादा
ethics स्टैंडर्ड है, वो डिफाइंड मतलब theoretical है, डिफाइंड है. वैल्यूज हम खुद बनाते हैं अपने ग्रूमिंग पे, अपने बिलीफ सिस्टम के हिसाब से.
Yes. So what you are saying, ethics काफी हद तक rigid है, if not entirely, but in comparison with values, ethics is more rigid, है ना, more universal, more scientific than values है. ठीक है? Thank you so much. Thank you. Anybody? और कोई? Anyone? Ethics and value, and how it goes beyond integrity. What is the meaning of the word integrity? When in a business workshop we are talking about ethics, we have to relate it with the framework of business. What is integrity? Let us understand these words. What is integrity? When you say that somebody is not maintaining integrity,
Continuity of some integrity is basically continuity of something, having some good traits in a person, irrespective of any situation. Means he continues to be that, he follows that same thing irrespective of situation, whether situation is positive or negative.
when you have strong moral values, sir, it doesn't change his moral
जैसे कि आपने
values.
बोला वहाँ से value शब्द आया. देखिए, so that means when you say that it will not change, and you continue to be the same irrespective of the situation. That is the values. That is value. That is your value, which may be different from another person's values. Okay, what is integrity? I hope most of you, I think, have studied mathematics. बहुत elementary concept है जहाँ से ये word आया है.
Differential and integration.
The etymology of the word integrity lies in integers. Integers. People in pure vigilance background, like I have been a vigilance officer, I have now after 2014, till 2014, I never touched a single vigilance proceeding. I used to just study and go and give lectures in the class. One of my friends, Naresh Bhardwaj, he was after my blood. इसको defense करो, इसको defense करो. He used to keep sending me the cases for becoming defense assistant, and then I started taking up after lots of pressurization, pressure from the colleague. I took up and I understood the value. So whenever you get an opportunity, do not say no. That will teach you much more than a training program. Okay, never say no. I'll discuss some of the cases I came across. I have so far as an IO few cases, as a PO few cases, and as a defense assistant around 50 cases. Right now I have 2 more cases, 2 cases from, and I started only in 2014. In 9 years I have done 70 cases. Okay, as in different capacities. Okay, and it is very time consuming it is, but every case will teach you something. Some of this I am definitely going to discuss with you. Okay? The appreciation of the rule will start happening. The correct appreciation of the language written in the rule will start happening once you do the proceedings. Okay? So integrity lies, emanates from the word integer. Vigilance people will only see bribery, lack of integrity means not taking bribe, not submitting fraudulent claims. Usko integrity समझते हैं. Integrity means being integral to your institution, being integral to your organization. Everybody, all of us has a personal objective. All of us want to grow. Okay? If not as an employee, as a person. Everybody wants to develop, grow. So he has an objective. Organization also has an objective. Every organization has a vision and a mission statement. There is a goal, there is an objective. When material, ये सब मिला करके है ना, man, money and material मिला करके what are we trying to achieve? The organizational goal. When working in, for example, for me the disability commission, when working in disability commission, my personal objective cannot be the same with the objective of the commission itself. It cannot be the same. They will be different. Personal objective and organizational objective will be different, but they have to be aligned. This is what I am trying to say. They have to be aligned. You people from Jharkhand know that there used to be Hemant Trophy earlier. I don't know whether after Jharkhand it is still called Hemant Trophy here. You know Hemant Trophy in cricket? Inter-district tournament. I used to play for Palam. And the biggest setback I had when I got my job in Delhi, that I won't be able to play cricket anymore. After music, my next love was cricket. मैं पागल था. मैं यहाँ के टेम्परेचर में भी 10 महीने क्रिकेट खेलता था. मैं कभी रात में भी क्रिकेट खेलता था. मेरे घर में मैंने एक फादर से बोल के बॉल अटकाया, बॉल को हिट करने के लिए 10 जब भी मौका मिले करता रहता था, खड़े होकर. ठीक है? इतना पागल था मैं. When I got my job in Ministry of Defence, I said, what about my cricket? And within 4 months, I got a wonderful circular, which was about, क्या बोलते हैं उसको? Test, क्या बोलते हैं उसको? Selection के लिए क्या होता है उसको? Trial. They were calling for people, with talent in cricket to come in Vinay Park, क्या है? CSS Park, Vinay Park in Delhi. I went there, I got selected in the MOD team on the very first day of the trial. Trial had to go for 3 days. I was so happy, but then I realized the practice time is between 3 and 5, and my office public dealing time is between 2:30 to 4:30. So for 3 days after my selection, I went and practiced, but then my conscience did not work. So I stopped. And that was the last time I played cricket in my life, in a ground. Okay. What I am trying to say is that when my organizational objective and my personal objectives are aligned, then only I am a person of integrity. Insofar as the organization is concerned, insofar as vigilance administration is concerned. So ध्यान रखिएगा, organization के ethics के साथ जब मेरा वैल्यू मैच करेगा तब होगा इंटेग्रिटी.
एकाकार.
So integer what is क्या? Wholeness, completeness, submerging. That is what is integrity. It is not only about bribe. It is not only about creating disproportionate asset. It is about being integral with the department. And in that, it is not a single. It is not a one-way carriage. It is not a one-way traffic. It is a newcomer cannot be integral to the department if the superiors do not make him feel to be integral. एक quote है कि management of integrity. So you are all managers. Management of integrity in the organization depends on the integrity of the management. So you have to make space. I had a wonderful boss by the name Mr. GVS Murthy. When I was doing my LLB from Delhi University in the evening, my boss came, when he came to know that I was doing, I did between 1999 and 2002. He came in June 2000, and when he came to know I was doing LLB from Delhi University, so he used to ask me, when is your next exam? I would say, sir, I will not do that, December mein. Again in the month of September, October, he will start asking me, आपका डेट शीट आ गया? Has your date sheet been published? No sir, not yet. Around a month before it will be published. So but during those 1 or 2 months, he will keep asking me almost every week, Praveen, your date sheet got published. He will irritate me so much. I mean, the first day when the date sheet is published, even telling my parents, I think it is better to tell Mr. Murthy first. So I would go and tell him, sir, मेरा date sheet आ गया, 21st से exam शुरू है. Then he will immediately call me. His PA, एक मिनट आ जाओ कमरे में आ जाओ. And then 3 of us are sitting there. He will take his table calendar and his PA will open her diary. And अच्छा first exam 21st December. नोट करो 21st December को कोई उन दिनों में क्वार्टरिंग सेक्शन में था. कोई अलॉटमेंट कोई ऑफर लेटर इशू नहीं होगा. नेक्स्ट एग्जाम 24th को नोट करो 24th को. वो पांचों डेट अपनी डायरी में और अपने टेबल कैलेंडर में नोट करते हो. फिर मेरे से पूछते प्रवीण हाफ डे तो चाहिए होगा ना प्रिपेयर करने के लिए. तो 20 तारीख के लंच के बाद भी कोई काम नहीं है प्रवीण. He will study. ठीक है, चाहे छुट्टी लेके चाहे ऑफिस में बैठ के नोट करो. आपने बीए को बोल दिया. ठीक है, दिस वाज इन 2000. राइट? Tell me when the parliament got attacked. पता है ना आपको? In 2001 December, and there was a time when इसको हम बोलते हैं फॉर्म में trigger ready. यानी you ready. Not only deployment has taken place, not only surmounting has taken place, but we are ready like this. Just waiting for the orders. वहाँ तक पहुँच गए. Entire western sector and northern sector में पूरा ready थे हम. पूरा पठानकोट जम्मू के इलाके में टैंक भरे हुए थे. Indian फौज. We are just waiting for the command. So there, दिल्ली में भी काम चल रहा था logistics का. 3 days. Suddenly there is a notice. Nobody will go home without clearance. 3 बजे नोटिस आया. कोई घर नहीं जाएगा. Clearance जब तक नहीं हो. क्लियरेंस आया नहीं. क्लियरेंस कितने दिन के बाद आया? 3 दिन के बाद. 24 hours service. Will you do it or not? चलो वो तो एक मौका है, करेंगे. But when Mr. Murthy calls me, for certain things during holidays or Saturdays, Sundays, will I go or not? A person who has been taking so keen interest in my studies, will I also be able to make some transfer or not? Tell me. So that is how he was able to bring integrity from a newcomer. So the management also is wherever there is a chance of growth of a subordinate, and if it is not coming in conflict with your organizational goals, please allow. That is how you buy the confidence and integrity of the make him integral. बहुत important है उनका evaluation करने के लिए. ओके, एक छोटा सा एक आपको मैं केस बताता हूँ. हाँ, anything sir? आप कुछ?
This is not completely necessary.
Absolutely, बहुत जरूरी है. Mentoring बहुत जरूरी है. In IICM when we started having people directly from this, commission. जैसे ही कंप्यूटर के एग्जाम क्वालिफाई किया और सीधा ट्रेनिंग इंस्टीट्यूट में आया, then we thought that every child, every newcomer must have a mentor. Not only for studies, also to tell कि दिल्ली में किस इलाके में उसको मकान लेना चाहिए. क्या रेंट जो है बेटर है, वो पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट कहाँ से ज़्यादा फैसिलिटीज कहाँ बेटर है. ठीक है, सो हैंड होल्डिंग करनी पड़ेगी. दैट इज हाउ द कंपनीज क्रिएट अ कल्चर विद इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. सो कल्चर भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. इंटेग्रिटी अगर हम इस कॉन्सेप्ट को समझ गए हैं तो फिर हम बात करते. देखिए वैल्यूज टाइम से जगह से हमेशा बदलता रहता है. जो वैल्यूज आज से 300 साल पहले थी वो आज नहीं है इंडिया में. ठीक है, सती प्रथा अलाउड था, आज नहीं है. ठीक है, अनटचेबिलिटी वाज द नॉर्म ऑफ द डे. ओके, मैं ये तो कह नहीं सकता कि आप बिल्कुल नहीं, बट आप इतना प्रत्यक्ष नहीं है. ठीक है, एंड देयर आर लॉज. सम atrocity is found, the person will be sent to jail. ठीक है, सो जो मोरालिटी है वो कभी भी स्टैटिक नहीं है. मोरालिटी यूनिवर्सल नहीं है. मोरालिटी चेंज होता रहता है. इसके जो प्रिंसिपल्स है, कुछ छोटे-छोटे 2-4 प्रिंसिपल्स, सो दैट आगे के स्टडी में थोड़ा हमें मिलेगी. जो प्रिंसिपल्स इसके हैं, एक मैंने बताई थी आपको, जिसमें सबका फायदा हो ऐसा करो. ठीक है,
इसको हम बोलते हैं वैल्यू बेस्ड एथिक्स। मतलब ये मेरा 3 तरह के हैं, एक है पहला है वैल्यू बेस्ड एथिक्स, दूसरा है कंडक्ट बेस्ड एथिक्स और तीसरा राइट बेस्ड एथिक्स। चाहे तो आप देखें VCR वैल्यू, कंडक्ट एंड राइट बेस्ड एथिक्स। वैल्यू बेस्ड एथिक्स जो है, मेरे पास 5 मिनट लूंगा थ्योरी में, फिर हम एग्जांपल्स करते हैं। वैल्यू बेस्ड एथिक्स में जो है जो डिफरेंट प्रिंसिपल हैं और सोक्रेट्स, एरिस्टोटल, इनके प्रिंसिपल है, मतलब बहुत ही क्लासिक है। इनमें क्या है, एक व्यक्ति वो कहता है कि अगर आपके अंदर 4 चीजें हैं, क्या 4 चीजें? नॉलेज, विजडम, अगर आपके पास विजडम है, इफ यू हैव साहस, हिम्मत, करेज, सो नॉलेज, विजडम, करेज एंड सेल्फ रिस्ट्रेन, ये 4 चीजें, नॉलेज, विजडम, करेज एंड सेल्फ रिस्ट्रेन, ये 4 चीजें अगर आपके पास हैं तो फिर आप गलत नहीं करेंगे, then your decision will be right. Alone, knowledge alone, wisdom alone will not help you. Knowledge alone will not help you. Knowledge with courage. I have knowledge, I know this is wrong, and I have courage to say that this is wrong. Then it will help you. Okay? So wisdom, courage, and then self-restraint. कई बार ऐसा कोई, मान लीजिए कोई एक ऐसा मसला, if you have got some issue before you, where the person who is going to be benefited by your decision making, benefited not in an illegitimate way, but your decision will be in favor with whom you do not have good relations. You have some bias against that person. Self-restraint. ठीक है? So ये 4 चीजें जिनके पास है, इसलिए इसको बोलते हैं वैल्यू बेस्ड एथिक्स, क्योंकि ये वैल्यूज है मेरी, और and I am deciding the matter based on the value. Then comes conduct based. कंडक्ट बेस्ड में पहला वो है यूटिलिटेरियन व्यू बोलते हैं, जिसको हम कहते हैं कि जो सबके लिए अच्छा हो, जो which is good for the majority is good decision. That is the first thing. And second is this is what you feel good doing about something which gives you pleasure, which gives you happiness. That is a good decision. That will keep propelling you to do more and more if it is giving you happiness. If something is not giving you happiness, after all, happiness is not a bad thing. Let me be very clear about this. Happiness, Buddha, or the whole life, Buddha devoted in finding what is happiness and how to achieve happiness. So happiness is not a bad thing. So the second theory, and I am telling you all these theories have been debunked, have been debated, So I am not at all saying this is right or this is wrong. And what I am saying, you should be aware, and given a situation, you should be able to analyze based on this knowledge. So hedonistic conduct, जो है, that is, I am getting good doing something, which is a tonic for you to keep doing it in future, and also encourage others also to do it in that way. To that extent it is good. But I slept till 9 o'clock when I had a class at 10 o'clock. I could not go for my walk. It gives me pleasure. Will that be appropriate thing to do? I know that I have to do at least 6 kilometers of walk every day, but it doesn't give me pleasure. What should I do? If we go by pleasure, the whole discipline thing will go for a toss. Yes or no? Discipline is what? Kind of antithesis of pleasure. So कैसे करेंगे उसको? The third one is slightly से थोड़ा आगे बढ़ के, which is egoism. Hedonism and egoism में फर्क, दोनों ही self को centered है. Egoism भी self centered है, hedonism भी self centered है. But in hedonism, you are thinking about what makes you happy, and in egoism you are thinking what makes you better, what makes you grow. एंड द थर्ड, ये तो मैंने बताया ये सब टाइप्स हैं. टाइप तो 3 बताया मैंने आपको. क्या क्या 3 टाइप बताया मैंने आपको? वैल्यू बेस्ड, कंडक्ट बेस्ड एंड राइट बेस्ड. ठीक है, इसमें से मैं कंडक्ट बेस्ड वाले के 3 एग्जांपल्स दिया आपको. एंड द लास्ट वन राइट बेस्ड मींस आई विल डू अकॉर्डिंग टू व्हाट इज राइट, नॉट राइट और रॉन्ग. राइट मींस योर rights which have been extended to you under certain laws, rules, policies, and remembering that you can stretch your hands only so far where you do not touch somebody's nose. His right, your right vis-a-vis another person's right. So I will not take any decision. All courts are very much aware about this, that whenever you decide something, they do something, it should not encroach upon somebody's individual right. So much so that the courts will give preference to individual rights vis-a-vis states, सरकार. स्टेट मतलब सरकार. स्टेट के जो प्रेरोगेटिव है, स्टेट का जो प्रिविलेज है, स्टेट के जो पावर है, मैंडेट है, फंक्शन है, over that if there is a conflict between the state's mandate and individual's right, the courts are more likely to go for individual. There are several cases we can talk of. Okay, what are the ये तो थ्योरी की बात हमने आपसे करी, ये वैल्यूज हैं. एंड एथिक्स थोड़ा सा क्लियर है. एथिक्स की बात हम करें, मनसा वाचा कर्मणा. यू शुड रिमेंबर दैट. व्हाट आई थिंक, व्हाट आई स्पीक एंड व्हाट आई डू should be aligned. Should be aligned. That is what is ethics. It is much beyond. So ethics is beyond integrity, and values are even further, up that way. Okay. Now I told you that I have done more than 50 cases as a defense assistant, and many times I feel the predicament. Just say, for example, there was, I'll give you 2 examples first. One is a CBI matter, another was in Supreme Court of India. In the CBI matter, a very senior officer from a public sector company came to me, board level officer, and you understand that this is the kind, like power distribution company or national highway authority who have to acquire lands, and if not acquire lands, at least partial right of the land. So land is with the owner, but I will have my bijli ka khamba on that land. I will give you some compensation. That is a
Linear acquisition.
yes. And linear acquisition also, I am not asking you not to cultivate it. You can do it, but you cannot grow a tree. That kind of limited rights they are taking from you. And everybody, this is, I am talking about, I cannot give you further details, but one of the top companies of the country, can be NTPC, can be NHPC, can be Power Grid, can be Kosovo, can be National Highway Authority, anything. But this person tells me that everybody in the company, right from top to bottom in the executive level, know that this project, these kind of things cannot be done without greasing the palm of certain officers of forest department, certain officers of police department of the state, keeping the media quiet. These things we have to do. So how do we do that? So what we do is that when I know that this line has been sanctioned, we have to create linear acquisition. We have to have linear acquisition, and so I know that which are the farmers or landowners we have to make compensation. So slowly keep a tab on all these people and see which of available to you, to the company, जिनके साथ थोड़ा रिलेशन अच्छा हो जाता है, उनको आप ऑफर देंगे कि हम आपका कंपनसेशन थोड़ा बढ़ा के दे देते हैं. Okay, so actually you are losing, say for example, only 50 trees, but I'll give you compensation for 60 trees. Okay, so 10 tree का extra compensation आपको हम देंगे at this particular rate, which you will refund me in cash. This is how it is happening. which you will refund me in cash, and I will distribute this money to those authorities.
Stakeholders.
ठीक है, जो भी है इसमें local leaders भी शामिल हो, so that we are able to do the work in the given time frame. But this man is at a very high level. He is in the headquarters, and all these things do not come up to this level. Okay, but one of the executive in the implementing level, आप ये समझ लीजिए JEE, EE के बीच में there is one person who is working very slow, who is having very slow. He is not allowing the project to be completed, and there is pressure from PMO, from ministry, from National Highway, and project is delayed. Why he is delaying is another matter. He may be delaying because he doesn't want to participate in a corrupt practice, his values. Maybe, that fact is not before me. But this person who was not allowing the project to be completed, he was removed after 2 years, and another person was brought, and the project took off from there. And the things happened the way it happens across the country. But this man who had been removed from that project, he was nursing some grudge. He filed a PDP complaint. And when he filed a PDP complaint, he purposefully included the name of this senior officer, knowing fully well that in this entire collection of the money and distribution of the money, इसमें उस level का officer का कोई role नहीं है. But because his role was there in removing him from the project, he included his name as the main culprit. Okay, senior most boss. That senior most boss has 6 states under his control, not one project. But he purposefully included his name, including 4 other people's name that he did. And this man came to me, you defend my case. Now you see my dilemma. I will be defense assistant to a person who has not demanded money, who has not taken money. Okay? And what he is doing is integral with the department's objective to complete the project on time. But the process is a corrupt process. This is one. Another case I was discussing with you, I will be discussing with you, is a matter where an officer of the level of section officer was found to be consuming alcohol during the day at 3 o'clock in his room. And the room, this is a sensitive section where he is working, so room has CCTV camera. One of his rivals, he is aware that this man, every day this man after lunch consumes liquor. So he goes to senior officer and under secretary, the Supreme Court of India, under secretary, and he requests her come to the control room and see in the CCTV what this man is doing. And it was found that he was consuming liquor with another person. That another person is not from the department. And at 2:30 the section is closed from outside. 2:30 is the working time. 1 to 1:30 is lunch time. After 1:30 you have to open your office. But at 2:30 the room is closed. Nobody, no worker is there, no employee is there. Only the section officer and an advocate. They were both consuming liquor. CCTV में देख लिया. Senior officers were called to see the CCTV. These 2 people do not know. And then the room. Charge sheet was given.